Have you ever gone to the front page of Roblox, clicked on one of the games, and after playing it, you think, wow, that game was terrible? Well, I definitely have. So today, I'm going to be playing the worst rated games on the front page and seeing if they really deserve their rating. I mean, these games can't be that bad. They're on the front page for a reason, right? Right? The only rule I have for this challenge is that I have to play the game for at least 30 minutes so I can give a fair assessment on it. I really hope these games aren't too terrible, because then 30 minutes is going to be pure torture for me. So that leads us to our first game, Eat Blob Simulator. My first impression of this game is that it has a 62% like to dislike ratio, which is kinda low. The other noticeable thing is that it's a pretty blatant copy of the browser game Agario. But hey, Agario is a pretty fun game, so this can't be that bad, right? So I hopped into the game and started my journey of being the best blob eater in the game. Or you know, just the 11-player server I was in. So I got to work, eating every blob in my sight. If I was going to dominate the leaderboard, I needed to be bigger, faster, and somehow find a way to destroy them all. Oh hey, check out these convenient buttons at the bottom. I wonder what they do. I continued my blob eating journey so I could keep climbing the leaderboard. Gaining mass was easy and I was growing fast. This part of the game was actually relaxing and peaceful. Where did this guy come from? I mean, there's no way he can actually catch up to me. Look at the gap. And we're back to square one. I regained most of the mass I just lost and tried to watch my surroundings so I wouldn't get bamboozled like last time. After getting enough mass, I found my first target.
Bruh.
Wait, did they just leave? With no target in my sight, I decided to gain even more mass by eating blobs. So after eating a ton of blobs, I had finally reached 1000 mass. But my worst fear was about to come true. The number one player had made me their target. Nah, not again, not again. Come on. There's no way, right? Bro! Oh my god. And with that death, we were back to square one. I was determined to be number one in the server. Jenna Ortega 56749 was not going down without a fight. But for now, all I had to do was just get my mass back. Unfortunately, I ran into an obstacle. Bro, why is this guy going for me? I'm literally 27 mass. Bro! For some reason, this guy really wanted to eat me. But after a while, he gave up and left. Unfortunately for me though, I ran into the number one player again, and it was time to run. Okay, we lost him. Nice try, buddy. After running away for a bit, I realized that the number one player and I were sandwiching a guy. Could this be my first kill? I went for it, and luckily the guy decided to just let me eat him. I had finally gotten my first kill. After that, there was this random AFK blob, so I just ate them too. Then I saw Jenna Ortega 56749, and it was time to take my revenge. Well, that was anticlimactic. After that kill, I saw another player in front of me, so I decided to eat them as well. Then I noticed something. We were officially number one on the leaderboard. So I just realized we're number one on the leaderboard now, and my only thought is, what am I doing with my life? So I was just roaming around, being the number one player, when I saw Jenna Ortega again. This time, they somehow had 10,000 mass. I was 12,000 mass, so I could eat them and basically dominate the server. They're letting me eat them for free?
Huh?
Wait, how did they even kill me? I was number one.
Bruh.
So I just found out how I died, and it's been 30 minutes, so it's time to leave the game. But what did I think about the game? Did it really deserve its rating of 62%? Yes. Yes, it does. And let me tell you why. This game copies the basic concept of Agar.io, but fails to implement any of the other elements that make Agar.io interesting. In Agar.io, you can split on other blobs or use viruses to pop your enemies. Instead, in Eat Blob Simulator, you slowly walk towards other blobs and randomly die to air particles. Pair that with the never-before-seen user interface and amazing cash grab buttons, and that's the whole game. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that this game sucks. The next game I played was Barry's Prison Run, which has a like to dislike ratio of 59%. This game is actually one of the most popular games on the front page right now, which is kind of surprising based off its like to dislike ratio. So I decided to go into the game to see what all the hype was about. I selected the easy version of the obby and started my journey. This obby was pretty straightforward. I'm honestly terrible at obbies, and even this was easy for me. After getting to the top, I broke the vent and went through to the next stage. I had been spotted by Barry the cop and I had to run. For some reason, he was farting a lot. Damn, what did bro eat? After that, all I had to do was just make some easy jumps and go through the vent. Wait a minute. Bruh. After pushing the button and getting through the vent, I found myself in the bathroom. Oh, we found a shovel. I guess we just dig our way through. I found a lava cave when I dug down, which consisted of easy jumps and this bridge that broke every time you stepped on it. Oh, let's go. After that, you just go into this skull emoji thing and there's a giant lava boulder that kills you if you're not fast enough. I thought the boulder was slow, so I got greedy and tried to go even further.
Oh, hell no, man.
Oh, no, I'm going back. I'm going back. So, yeah, I had to do this stage again. Oh, she's dead.
Huh?
Wait, how did she survive? That literally hit her. Oh, she's definitely dead this time. Wait, how is she alive? Is she using hacks?
Bruh.
Alright, yeah, I don't know what's going on. After that, I climbed this really long ladder and found myself in front of Barry the cop again. For some reason, Barry was in a night suit, and his helmet was definitely too small for him. I'm not really sure how he's breathing right now. Running away from him was actually really easy, and I walked up the stairs to go to the next stage. Reaching the top of the stairs, there was this elevator that brought me to a room with two paths, the cafeteria or security training. I chose security training, but first, I got a drink from the vending machine. What just happened?
Bruh.
Oh, that's what it does. This speed boost part of the level was actually really fun, and it gave a new life to the level. I could make any jump I wanted to, and it honestly felt like I was a superhero. In the next stage, I had to find a ladder, which was really easy because there was only one other room in the area. After finding the ladder, I placed it down and used it to go to the next stage. The next stage had a fan that made it hard to walk forward, but you could counter it easily by just jumping. The next stage was just some really easy pipe jumps, so I breezed through that and went to the next stage. The next stage was sort of like a puzzle where I had to close some valves in order to advance. I thought I died at this jump, but I found a shortcut to the level instead. Wait, how am I still alive? After closing the last valve, I made some easy jumps and advanced to the next stage. The next stage used the fans again, but instead of them being pointed towards you, they were pointed behind you so you could jump further. This stage was really easy and honestly hard to mess up. The next stage had this giant fan. All you had to do was just walk into it and just jump into the vent. I think that was one of the easiest things I've done yet. After going into the vent, we had finally made it back into the prison, but I could see someone in the distance. His name was Gary the chef, and he had a giant health bar. I guess the developer really spent a lot of time on the names, huh? Back to fighting Gary, I grabbed the food Zuka and started firing at him. After defeating Gary the chef, I went to the next stage, where I had to dodge these rotating laser beams above me. In the next stage, I got these metal planks that I used to help me get across. After placing all the planks down, I went through the metal door, and I saw a giant robot in front of me. It was time to fight the final boss, Barry's mech robot. To beat the robot, I had to shoot its arms off so it couldn't attack me. The arms took about 8 shots to blow up, which was pretty easy. I shot the first arm off, and it was pretty straightforward from there. I shot the second arm off, and Barry's mech robot had been defeated. And with that, we had finally beaten the obby. All I had to do now was just drive down a long road using the SWAT car and get on a helicopter which flew me to safety. The obby took about 13 minutes to complete, so I decided to play the hard version of the obby next. The hard version of the obby was basically the same as the easy version, but with some added obstacles like lasers. I don't really want to show the entire obby again, so I just spent about 20 minutes going through the stages and defeating Barry's mech robot. Overall, Barry's Prison Run is actually a pretty well-designed obby. There's a good amount of different gameplay compared to other obbies which are only just hard jumps. I think this game does not deserve its rating of 59% and that the people who downvoted it probably thought it was too hard. The last game I played was Worm 2048, which had a rating of 53%, the lowest rated game yet. This game is another browser game ripoff, copying the game Slither.io. This game doesn't even try to hide that it's a copy, as they use the Slither.io logo for the thumbnail of the game. So I hopped into the game, and let's just say the interface was interesting. I wanted to play the game, so I walked towards the entrance to start my journey. I forgot to mention this game also implements the numbers from the game 2048 for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but gaining mass was super easy. I hadn't seen anyone yet, but I felt like I was at a good enough size where I could start hunting for my first kill. After gaining a ton of mass, I found this tiny little snake. They seemed to be kinda clueless, so I just went up and ate them. Shortly after that, I found this AFK snake, so I ate them as well. After that, I just did more farming, trying to gain more mass. Unfortunately though, my luck had come to an end, and I had run into the #1 player. Wait, he can eat my tail? I didn't know you could eat other players' tails, so I ate their tail back. After that, I just kept farming so I could get my top block to 2048. I was farming, eating smaller snakes, and overall just chilling out. But then, I realized there was something behind me. It was the #1 player, and they were eating my tail. I tried to get away from them, but they would not stop chasing after me. Okay. Dude, this guy's still on me? Bro, please stop! After running for what seemed like an eternity, I finally thought I had lost track of him. But something unexplainable happened. What? Nah, can we get a replay on that? After that death, I mindlessly played the game until I hit the 30-minute mark. There's not really much to say about this game, except it's pretty much the exact same as Eat Blob Simulator, but maybe even worse. The graphic design in this game looks terrible, and the gameplay gets stale after about 5 minutes. This game definitely deserves the 53% rating, and honestly, I could see it being even lower. Those were the worst rated games on the front page. If you want to try it out for yourself, just know what you're signing up for, cause some of these games can be really terrible. But anyways guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully I don't take a month to make another video again. Peace out guys.